What if I told you that your suffering isn't a sign of God's absence? What if I told you it's a gateway to His presence? We've all been there, in the middle of the storm, when the pain is too much, when the questions are too heavy, when it feels like God is nowhere to be found. But here's the truth: God is never closer to you than when you're broken. Your pain doesn't push Him away, it pulls Him near. And in the midst of your suffering, He's doing something you can't yet see. Suffering is not the end of your story, it's the refining fire that shapes you. The cocoon that prepares you to soar. The darkness that makes the light shine even brighter. Maybe you're here today because you're hurting. Maybe you're asking, why me, why this, why now? Can I tell you something? You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to know the one who does. God isn't afraid of your pain. He's not intimidated by your questions. He's not overwhelmed by your brokenness. He's right there with you, in the storm, in the fire, in the valley. And He's working all things together for your good. When you feel like you can't go on, He carries you. When you feel like you're alone, He holds you. When you feel like you've lost everything, He reminds you that He is enough. So today, I invite you to take a step of faith. To trust that your pain has a purpose. To believe that your suffering is not in vain. To know that even in the darkest moments, God is with you, and He's working something beautiful in you. Suffering is not a sign of God's absence. It's a gateway to His presence. And in His presence, you'll find a peace that surpasses understanding, a strength that defies explanation, and a love that will never let you go. Take a moment right now. Breathe. And let God meet you in your pain. Surrender your heart to the one who loves you more than you can imagine. And if this message touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because no one should ever feel alone in their suffering. Share this message. Let's remind the world, God is with us in the storm. Don't forget to subscribe.